Ever wondered how the story of Israel's very first king ends? A tale filled with drama, tragedy, and some powerful lessons? Let's dive into the final chapter of King Saul. The stage is set on Mount Gilboa, a battlefield where the fate of a kingdom hangs in the balance. The Philistine army, a longtime enemy of Israel, has launched a fierce attack. The battle is intense, and things are not looking good for the Israelites. They are in full retreat, and the Philistine archers have their sights set on one man in particular, King Saul. Arrows rain down, and Saul is critically wounded. He knows the end is near. In this moment of desperation, he sees his armor-bearer and makes a final, heart-wrenching request. He begs the young man to draw his sword and end his life. Why? Because Saul cannot bear the thought of being captured by his enemies. He fears they will torture him and make a mockery of him, the anointed king of Israel. But his armor-bearer is terrified. He absolutely refuses. He cannot bring himself to raise his hand against the Lord's anointed, his king. His loyalty, even in this dire moment, holds him back. Seeing no other way out, and with the enemy closing in, Saul makes a devastating choice. He takes his own sword, props it up on the ground, and falls on it. In this tragic act, Israel's first king takes his own life. When his loyal armor-bearer sees that his king is dead, he is so overcome with grief and despair that he too falls on his own sword and dies. Besides Saul, it wasn't just Saul and his armor-bearer who fell that day. The battle was a catastrophic loss for Israel. 3 of Saul's sons, including his brave and noble son Jonathan, also died on the battlefield. The Israelite army was completely shattered. The next day, the Philistines came to strip the dead and found the bodies of Saul and his sons. In a final act of desecration, they cut off Saul's head and stripped off his armor, sending it throughout their land as a trophy to be displayed in their temples. They hung his body on the wall of a city called Beth-shan. But the story doesn't quite end there. When the brave men of a town called Jabesh-Gilead heard what the Philistines had done, they were horrified. They remembered how Saul had saved them years before. So, under the cover of darkness, these valiant men marched all night, took down the bodies of Saul and his sons from the wall, and brought them back for a proper burial. They mourned and fasted for 7 days, showing one last act of respect for their fallen king. And so, the reign of King Saul, which began with so much promise, ends in tragedy on the battlefield. Thanks for watching. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most fascinating figures. See you next time.